glasses? Okay.
Lisa's glasses. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you all for coming here today. Memorial Day weekend. Wow. And especially my friends from New Jersey and my family. It's a real treat for me. And I really want to thank Awaken Heart Spiritual Community for these speaking and teaching opportunities, because it forces me to walk my talk so I can actually have something to share that I actually practice. Michael Beckwith has taught us to not share your gifts, you get disturbance. To share your gifts, you get bliss. And now in both cases, I can say, been there, done that. Mm. But even sharing gifts requires moderation, because overworking can kill you. Mm. As an example, from the French Revolution. French Revolution began after a doctor had invented the guillotine as a humane alternative to repeated chopping of the axe. Oh. But the excesses of the Reign of Terror targeted many good people just for being in the professional class. Among these were three brothers, a doctor, a lawyer, and an engineer. First, the doctor's head was placed on the block and the lever was pulled, but nothing happened. The blade was stuck at the top. So the lawyer rose up and started quoting French law. As La Révolution rejects the cruelty of the axe, the condemned are to be executed by a single pull of the guillotine lever at sunset on the specified date. So the lawyer demanded his freedom, and rather than argue the law, the executioners chose to try it with the doctor. But when the lever was pulled to decapitate the doctor, again the blade failed to fall. Once more the lawyer rose up to demand release for his client, and again the executioners chose not to argue, for the sun was about to set. So they then chose to focus on executing the engineer. Mm-hmm. Now the engineer happened to be an egotistical, people-pleasing, overworking show-off. Though God was advising him to be humble, to trust, and to keep his head down, ego was saying, but I want to see. So back and forth his head went until curiosity won, and he turned to look at the hanging blade just before the lever was being pulled. Oh. And then he jumped up to point and shout in people-pleasing joy, wait, I think I see the problem.
Ow! Oh.
Funny, foolish Frenchman inspires a good French chuckle. Le-ha, le-ha, le-ha. But nothing to do with our behavior, you think? Actually, overworking can still kill us gradually. Every time we overindulge or overwork our bodies, science reports we chip away at our allotted natural lifespan of 120 years. We also need to know of deadly mental overwork, like worrying and thinking too much. I try to follow Emerson's example on exploring the double, quadruple, centuple, and much more meaning of every sensuous fact. Finding such multiple metaphors enriches life. But I must be aware not to overthink myself into the chaos and confusion of mixed metaphors. Like those hemorrhoids that are a real pain in the neck. Or when I thank you from my bottom and my heart. Or fake it till the fat lady sings. Or don't eat with your mouth full. Or if he were alive today, he'd turn over in his grave. Or when those eye exams reveal a detached rectum. Baseball's Yogi Berra gave us many mixed metaphors. Nobody goes there anymore, it's too crowded. And if fans don't come to the game, you can't stop them. And if you come to a fork in the road, take it. And it's not the heat, it's the humility. Now, here at Awaken Heart, we happen to have a three-dimensional metaphor that serves us very well. Our prayer box is our access to the open heart of God and our portal to the world of spirit, where it's our holy grail. And it's like Aladdin's lamp went through the looking glass. because that magic lamp served only one competitor whose greatest wishes went into it. Came out of it. But our prayer request box serves all of us who commit the greatest intentions to go into it. And to see why spiritual mind treatment received through our prayer box works so well, just do the math. Consider that once one commits their intentions in this portal on a Sunday morning, by Sunday night, 10 practitioners are treating for your intentions. And that awareness tends to inspire you to do your part. And so your prayer multiplies their 7. By Monday night, your 2 treatments multiplies their 20. And by Saturday night, you have 7 times 70 of the power. Now 7 times 70 was how many times Jesus said we are to forgive. And all biblical commentators agree Jesus did not mean just forgive 490 times. 7 times 70 was his metaphor for infinity. And it is this infinite power that multiplies our prayers. Okay, we're going to put this back in service. Okay, now, Holly just revealed spiritual mind treatment. Now, we know it's 5 stages, but I have a before and an after step. So,
One fell behind the board.
oh, one fell.
Okay.
So much for those 2 of them fell? Oh. Okay. Okay. Step 1, where we identify our purpose for the treatment. And, that's before step 1. And then begins step 1, where we recognize the divine attributes.